Welcome to the channel, guys, and today we are talking about LMIA, a labor market impact assessment. A positive LMIA actually indicates that a company actually went ahead and searched for a proper skilled worker either through a pool of Canadian citizens or permanent residents within Canada, and they were not able to find somebody suitable to fill that position. Now, in order to fill that position now, they need to get a foreign worker in and give them a work permit. That's basically what a positive LMIA means. But not every company is actually allowed to do so. And there are certain restrictions before you actually issue an LMIA or even apply for an LMIA with the ESDC. The first one is you need to actually apply for advertising your job position on a Canadian government job board. Now, based on whatever applications that you get from that job board, you need to conduct interviews throughout that pool of candidates that you've received. Now, additionally, you also need to show that none of these candidates were actually apt for your company or that specific position. So there is actually going to be an interview of the employer themselves before they have to do so. And by the way, this advertising or this advertisement about that job position needs to be live for 4 weeks, a period of 28 days minimum, and it needs to stay live throughout the process of LMIA till the results are actually announced for that LMIA application as well. Now, this is to guarantee that the complete pool of available candidates was actually searched through and nobody suitable was found, and hence there is a need to bring in somebody from outside. Now, this also gets divided into two different categories, either a low wage category or a high wage category, and based on that, if the application is for a high wage category, the company also might need to submit a plan on how they're actually end up going to train Canadian citizens or permanent residents to perform these jobs, so they don't need to bring in a lot of people from outside for these high income wage category people. Now, if it's a low wage category, or rather low wage category, then things are a little bit easier on that front. However, with a low wage category, they might actually need to pay the person to reach the place of employment and all of those things. So that also still stays in play. Now, there are multiple categories. It could be a primary agriculture category. In fact, an LMIA that supports a permanent residence application that somebody has already put in, a caregiver position, etc. So there are a ton of these that you can actually check out his ESDC website and get a better detail on what different categories are available for this. Now, there are certain jobs that are actually exempt from an LMIA as well. Certain jobs such as the Canada, US, Mexico agreement. So that's another trade agreement. So if something that falls under that trade agreement, yeah, that's going to be an exempt category for from that LMIA. But also there are other things such as if there's a coach or a player who's in a Canadian team or helps a Canadian team out, that's an exempt category as well. Some Canadian, any specific job that actually promotes Canadian interests by quite a big margin, they might be exempt. So this list of exempt jobs from an LMIA is also available on the website that you can check out and get some better idea on if your job category actually falls under exempt, or if your employer will actually have to go through LMIA to get you that work permit. So guys, we hope this quick video gave you some idea about LMIA and answered some of your questions. Now, if it didn't, make sure to leave them in the comments below and we'll make sure to help you out in whatever way we can by sharing resources or anything else that you need. See you guys next time. Till then, take care.